Right, so we are here at SEMA Show 2024, and we're standing with Natalie from Ford Performance. Thank you for taking the time.
Hi. Great to see you. Thanks for coming over.
I partnered with SEMA to kind of talk about some women in the industry, highlight them, and show how other women can kind of get to where we are in this industry, this big industry.
Right.
First question is, how do you overcome like the no's, or what's your worst no, or anything like
I
that?
get told no every day. So for me, it's finding a path to yes. And if I'm told, no, you can't do this, what can I do? So it's asking the questions of what's in bounds versus out of bounds, and then making it fit your narrative or what scenario you'd like. And then finding that path to making it successful and the path to yes.
I like that. So when someone's like, no, you're like, okay, but what can I do then?
Exactly.
That is
what's with in bounds, what's out of bounds, and then how do I make it work for me?
Maybe not a no, it's a not right now.
Exactly.
So
that's how I take all the no's.
Yeah. So a really popular question is, how do women get to be where we are in this industry? And there is no rule book, there's no step-by-step guide, there's no YouTube hack for it. It is just hard work and determination.
Yes.
So if you would share your story and give inspiration on how you got to be where you are,
sure.
I think everyone would love to hear it.
So it's about positioning yourself where you want to be, right? Yeah. So talking to people, having communications with everybody, networking.
Yes.
So I grew up with cars and boats.
I love that.
So knowing that I had passions in that, I just kind of navigated where I wanted to go.
Okay.
It's pivoting yourself and kind of navigating where you want to go. I also am a member of the SEMA Businesswomen's Network. Huge. So
that's a big one.
For women, for girls who are interested in this industry, like I said, networking is so important, and having a good support group, right?
Yeah.
So I have a great support group with SBN and in SEMA.
I think that's an important piece to touch on. Is a lot of women, they come and they're probably like, oh man, she looks scary, or she doesn't want to talk to me, or I've never been to SBN and I'm scared to go alone. When you get in this room in the SBN or any kind of meet and greet with SEMA and the women of this industry, we all help each other and rise. I didn't meet you before today, and you were like,
5 minutes ago.
Heck yeah, let's go on camera. So it is special. If you walk into a room at SEMA with a bunch of women in it, you are safe, you are home, you can ask any question, none of them are dumb. We would love to have you. So I think that's the biggest key is coming to a show like this and come and just ask questions and network and talk to people. The dinners, the after parties that SEMA hosts on Industry Night, it's all amazing stuff. This is kind of how you make that path into the industry, is finding what you're passionate about. And maybe it's tuning, maybe it's changing tires, maybe it's driving, and you kind of just find your people, find your group, and build each other up.
And never, ever be afraid to kind of, get outside of your comfort zone to continue to grow that network, right?
Yeah.
You never know who you're going to run into.
Yeah. As many no's as you can hear, you're going to get a yes, or you're going to get a, okay, I can work towards something.
Let me help you.
Yes. So don't ever be discouraged.
Right.
Don't ever be scared. I mean, I know it's so easy to say that when we're here now, and I'm sure
we were both there at one point, right?
Yeah, I was
terrified.
terrified.
To continue to push forward.
Yes.
So
last key factor, the SBN is just a wonderful organization.
And it's not just for women.
Yeah.
So if a guy wanted to get involved in SBN, we're taking anybody.
Yeah.
As long as you are going to help uplift women.
Yeah.
A long time ago, that we were few and far between in this industry, and we're inching, and we're really setting the bar pretty high. So there's a lot of cool things happening with women in this industry.
I'm amazed. I went to MPMC, and I think 80% of the vendors I met with, it was a woman in charge of the marketing, and a woman in charge pretty much of where the money can go. And it is awesome to see that, instead of it being I'm sure even just as little as 5 years ago, it was completely different.
Yeah, I mean, I think pre-COVID versus post-COVID, I think that we had a lot of time to work on ourselves as well, and look inside and say, what do I really want to do? And we could pivot and do whatever we needed to do in order to get to fulfilling our dreams, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time.
For having me.
And any questions you have, feel free to message me. I'll try to work on getting back to all of those, but I'm just stoked to be able to highlight you guys and partner with SEMA.
Well, thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Don't limit yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, don't limit yourself at all. Limiting yourself doesn't get you anywhere, right? If you're continuing to take those chances, you might stumble a little bit, but I've never met anybody who's successful that is their line has been a trajectory of up. It's always been bumps, and you take 5 steps forward and 10 steps backward, and then you do a couple of like loop-de-loops. You have to continue to just move forward. You're never going to progress if you're standing still. Don't keep yourself standing right here.
When you're first starting in this industry, it does feel like you're like, oh crap, oh my God, I'm here. Yeah. And then it is for, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years. You're kind of on a roller coaster, but you just have to stay on the roller coaster, and you eventually will get to where you want to go.
Right, exactly. Maybe you have to hop around a little bit. Maybe you have to do a couple of things that are outside your comfort zone. Yeah. In the long term, you're going to get very comfortable with that. Yeah. And being uncomfortable is supposed to be a good thing.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't feel like it in the moment.
No.
But later.
No. Keep going. You've got nothing to lose.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. It's like, no, it's like, okay, well, I'll just do it.
Pivot and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do something else. Yeah. But never stop chasing your dreams.
Amen. Yeah.